good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the Phoenix International Raceway. We're gonna get things set for the second race of the season, which will be happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It is the Subway 500 for tomorrow, and before we get to that point, before we qualify later today, we gotta find out who will be the 6 drivers that will join the other 36 for the main event in tomorrow's race. As you see there's Madison Tall on the front row. She won the pole for the 500 this last couple weeks ago, and now this week she's leading the field of the green flag here in this 16-lap race. So this race is going to go by very, very fast. So it's going to be interesting to see what exactly happens as the race is underway. Madison Tall leads him to green. And there's Andrew Ramsey in that 52 that he did not get a very good start at all. Started on the outside pole, and now we're already 3 wide. Chloe Erickson. This is how much it really means. Oh my gosh, Marty Johnson and Josiah Munsell, our Daytona 500 winner, making contact already. Tall's going to lead the first lap of action. Evan Hunter is there in second. And then you have Ramsey under fire from Chloe Erickson. That's the battle for third. Munsell tucks in fifth. And we also do have a newcomer. That is Wyatt Walker in the 99, the Marvel Toyota Camry. Basically buying the number 99 team from Higdon Family Motorsports to form his own team, CE19 Fan Racing, because he is a big fan of Carl Edwards. Back in the past, he still is, and probably and most likely forever will be a Carl Edwards fan. But right now, he is currently being scored in the 9th position, and the drivers that would race their way in are currently single file right now. Madison Tall as well as Evan Hunter, Chloe Erickson, the 52 of Andrew Ramsey, Marty Johnson, and Josiah Munsell would all race their way in if things were to hold up. Oh, I thought we were going to go 3 wide for the 4th position, but Munsell looking for more, trying to get into his 2nd consecutive race, and he's going to pass Marty Johnson for the 5th position. So that kicks Marty back to 6th. And Wyatt Walker trying to make his NOS Energy Cup Series debut, his official NOS Energy Cup Series debut, or at least thought he was going to get the spot on Marty Johnson, but he just doesn't have the car to do it, at least for right now. And we're closing in on 10 laps to go here. Next time around will be 10 to go, but it's still been Madison Tall who has been leading ever since the drop of the green flag. And I tell you, NS Racing, if you thought that they were a major threat for the Daytona 500 last week, or this past Monday, they might be a major threat for this race if Madison Tall ends up holding off Evan Hunter to make it in, or at least winning this qualifying race. But man, oh man, Madison Tall and NS Racing, I think they're just going to be a big major threat for this whole entire season. You just don't know what's going to happen. But only one way to find out, as we are closing in on 9 laps to go and coming down to the halfway point of this qualifying race. Everybody's calmed down. They are now all single file right where they are. And Wyatt Walker sliding up just a tad, almost opening the door there for Caleb Hoffman to drive underneath him. And Chloe Erickson, that 46, is slowly closing in. And that would be the battle for the lead here. But Evan Hunter right now, he has been patiently sitting in the 2nd position. He could try to go for the top spot, try to get to the inside of Madison Tall, but so far he has, I think he's just electing to sit right where he is because he's in a very good position. He's in the top 6. So really, what's the rush of going to the front? So then again, it may not be too bad of a strategy there for Evan Hunter. Just sit there. You don't even have to go for the lead. You can just sit there and just race your way in. You can drive your way into the race. And so far, the top 6 pretty much are still the same. Tall, Hunter. Oh, Evan Hunter drove into turn 1 just a little bit too hard. I almost said turn 3. But he almost drove into turn number 1 just a little bit too hard. And almost gave up the second position there to Chloe Erickson. 5 to go. And now this is a 4-horse fight for the top position here. Andrew Ramsey is now slowly joining into the fray. Josiah Munsell, our Daytona 500 winner, most likely, if he can just hold on to this position, will move into his second straight race. Marty Johnson, also the same case. That is, if Wyatt Walker doesn't catch him here, then he might be able to make it in. Well, that is if... Well, Wyatt Walker might be able to make it into his first ever NOS Energy Cup Series race, but that is if he does close in on Marty Johnson and just dependent on Marty Johnson to make a mistake that could end up jeopardizing his chances of making his second straight Cup Series race. 3 to go. And Chloe Erickson is there, and she's going to try to get to the inside of Evan Hunter here. Got a nose underneath the left rear quarter panel. Slide job, almost pulling it off, and Chloe Erickson is through to second. 2 laps to go. Erickson did not make the Daytona 500 this past Thursday. Well, not this past Thursday, but last Thursday didn't make the Daytona 500 on the Exalta Duels, but looks like she's going to be able to make it into this second race of the season. Coming around to the white flag, Madison Tull definitely loving what she sees in her rear view mirror. Slowly pulling away. And the white flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Munsell trying to get to the inside of Andrew Ramsey, and now Ramsey is going to lose the 4th position now to Josiah Munsell. Thought he was going to also lose 5th there, but coming around through turns 3 and 4, Madison Tull wins this first qualifying race of the season, and the driver that holds on, you saw him just cross the line, is Marty Johnson. Marty Johnson will barely hold on to get it to lock himself a spot into the main event. But unfortunately, for some other drivers like Wyatt Walker, who just came so close to making his Cup debut, as well as Caleb Hoffman, Osman Hamid, Brittany White, who is driving the 93 for this, who is going to drive the 93 for this week if she were to make it in. She won't make it. Also, along with Johnny Gardner, Daniel Bouchard, Michael DeFeo, Trinity Anderson, and Samet Ozkin. Those drivers will not advance their way in to this race. Unfortunately, they're going to have to pack their bags and wait till next week. But nonetheless, your 6 drivers that will move into the race are Madison Tull, Chloe Erickson, Evan Hunter, Josiah Munsell, Andrew Ramsey, who will officially make his Cup Series debut, along with Evan Hunter and Chloe Erickson, and Marty Johnson will also move into the race as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is officially going to come your way here in just a few short minutes. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the Phoenix International Raceway. We are getting ready for qualifying for the main event for tomorrow's NOS Energy Cup Series race. Race number 2 on the season here at Phoenix, the Subway 500. And the first car out on the track, ironically, is the driver that's going to be one of the drivers that's going to be making her NOS Energy Cup Series debut, Chloe Erickson, for NOS Energy Motorsports. So that will be 2 NOS Energy Motorsports cars that will be in the main event. Chloe Erickson and Ben Erickson. Yes, both of them are related. Robert McDowell, you just saw him come up onto the racetrack, so now he's going to be going on the clock. I think he already did go on the clock here, but as far as Chloe Erickson goes, her first official lap, will be a 27:227. See Mark Grant coming out onto the racetrack. Mark Grant was also in the Daytona 500, so pretty much there were some drivers that in the Great American Race this past Monday that didn't really make a whole bunch of noise. Mark Grant was one of them for the Hamill Racing Enterprises team, and now we're on the second race of the season, so there's pretty much a good chance that we may be able to see some drivers that are full-timers, like Joshua Hyatt, for instance, lead a lap. So we now have a pretty good chance of that. Unlike last Monday, where the part-time party of the NS Racing cars of Travis Crampton and Madison Tull, along with a few others, kept the full-timers from leading a single lap. And there's our points leader, Derek Hamill, who would have gotten a bonus point, but due to my stupidity, I thought he did lead a lap, but that just wasn't the case. But nonetheless, Derek Hamill comes into this race as your points leader, and everybody has a 1-point gap, with the exception of I think right around where Nathan Stapleton is. Stapleton right now, sorry, I am completely messing up. Right now in this session is now 30th. Now he's 31st and dropping. Derek Edison is on top of the charts with now it's Al Lagasse on top of the charts with a 26,894. Let's see if we can find him. See if we can find Al Lagasse. I think I might have passed him. Might have, I don't know. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. He's in the Boy Scouts of America Ford Fusion for this week. And Al Lagasse for American Motorsports would definitely love to secure a first win of the season, not just for Trey Wright, but also for just basically for his career. Jack Lagasse right in front of him, pretty much looking to do the same thing along with Derek Edison. Zachary Fitzwater to the top with a 26,819. I swear I passed him while trying to get to Al Lagasse, but now Fitzy is now up at the top of the charts. Daniel Voiles now up to second with a 26,881. And we also, I did forget to mention, we do have a few new paint schemes. Derek Edison goes from the red and yellow to the blue and yellow Ford Fusion. I'm currently in third right now. Let's see if we can find a few other new paint schemes. See if we can at least try to. Annie Thomas, she drove with this paint scheme over at the Wendy's Shootout a few weeks ago, and she's driving the Skittles machine again this week. There's Elijah Gordon with Daniel Voiles right behind him. That is the NOS Energy Chevy Camaro the brand new NOS Energy Chevy Camaro. And Elijah Gordon right now, he currently finds himself, let's see if I can actually find him, 32nd on the charts, 26,971. Not the best start of the season for EGI, but like I said this past Monday, last Monday, it's only early in the season, so you still have a lot of time between now and June to definitely rebound and work yourself back up in the point standings. And there's also Daniel Voiles in the number 26, the Rockstar Ford Fusion. Back in 2017, Rockstar Energy was the primary sponsor of Daniel Voiles, but now it's Jelly Belly that is going to be the major sponsor for this team. Rockstar Energy will be the secondary sponsor. And also, and as far as Daniel Voiles goes, where he sits, still in the top 5, 26,879 for him. And also you have Cody Smart driving the DeWalt colors this week. Smart right now for his own team finds himself 28th with a 26,941. Oh no, Daniel Voiles, oh my gosh, both DVR cars, Alex Bonsignor, Emmanuel Hartnett, oh my gosh, they're still stacking up. Orman involved, same for Haley Walker, they are still stacking up. What is happening here? Oh my god, what is happening? What even is going on? What just happened? What just happened? Oh my gosh. Oh well, there's gonna be, okay. Well, there's some more. There's some more contact. Well, there's most likely gonna be a whole lot of backup cars for tomorrow's race. Oh, we're gonna have some more. Christian Russell into the wall. Oh my gosh, what just happened? What just happened? What is even happening? I swear I did not do anything. I don't even know what just happened, but apparently the first thing I see was Daniel Voiles getting turned around, and then all of a sudden it just caused a huge stack up on the back straightaway. And a lot of cars and a lot of drivers are gonna have to go to backup cars. But the best part is, the good thing about this is, you don't even have to go to the back, so it doesn't make a difference. Oh my goodness, what even just happened? But I was gonna get to somebody here, and that somebody was the number 24 of Nathan Orman. As he comes back out, prepares to come back out onto the racetrack. I think he picked a perfect time to go back down to pit road and stay there. Because, my gosh, what just happened there was a huge melee. But as far as Nathan Orman goes, he had probably one of the worst starts of the season that I have ever seen. On the first lap of the Daytona 500, he came down to pit road, and something was amiss on car number 24. And throughout that whole entire race, he went 3 laps down and finished last. And right now, coming into this race, he is, you guessed it, dead last in the point standings. And that was just a horrible, horrible, horrible start for Nathan Orman. But as far as for his teammate, Sebastian Cuculon, he got a really good start off to the season, just inside of the top 10 in the point standings. But as far as for the boss, Nathan Orman, not a good start at all. And right now, he finds himself 11th on the charts with a 26.906 over Elijah Gordon. They're both tied as far as the time goes, but because of NR physics, Nathan Orman breaks that tie over Elijah Gordon, so he would get that 11th spot. With less than 5 minutes to go here in this session, it looks like Zachary Fitzwater is going to win the pole. And Henry Williams would start second, Alex Hawkins third. Derek Hamill, our points leader, fourth. Voiles fifth. William Brockwood starts sixth. Then Derek Edison, Andrew Ramsey. Oh man, Al Lagasse and Stephen Colon would complete the top 10. My gosh, I still am having a little bit of issues trying to process what even just happened. Because what just happened was probably one of the weirdest things I have ever seen in NR, and probably my NR commentating career. Ryan Gundillo goes to second with a 26.851. He's another driver that did not get the best start to the season in the whole world. Because he was trying to come down to pit road. He got into the door of Stephen Colon, hit the wall, and in the process came right back up in front of Nathan Orman. He managed to finally get down to the apron, but then he got hit by Eli Bright, who also was down on the apron, trying to get back onto the racetrack. And that really messed with his day. And unfortunately finished 41st, about 2 laps down, with a missing rear end to his race car. But right now, Ryan Gundillo looks to turn that all around here today as far as trying to rebound. And right now, task number 1 would be complete, because he would be able to start second in the event, and in the process, if he's able to, win the race. And tomorrow's race is going to be a 78-lap race. So he's going to have a lot of time to just strategize, to pick his spots, and hopefully be in the perfect position to win. But as far as Daniel Voiles goes, we were just focusing in on him. As far as trying to process just what exactly happened, all I saw was just him the first thing I saw was him getting turned. We're definitely gonna go back and see what happened to Daniel Voiles as soon as this session is over. But my oh my, that was just one of the weirdest things I have ever seen in my NR commentating career. Just absolutely weird. Cody Smart on pit road with 2 minutes to go here in this session. It's still Zachary Fitzwater. Ever since early in the session, has topped basically everyone. And he is on pit road right now, just collecting some data, collecting his thoughts on what absolutely happened. I don't think he was anywhere near that, near that melee on the backstretch. I don't think so. But he's going to come back out onto the racetrack and get some more laps under his belt before tomorrow. And we're definitely going to have... Sorry, this is just the text came up and I kind of laughed a little bit. I'm not really going to explain what happened because it's from my family. But anyways, 1 minute remaining. And like I said before, Zachary Fitzwater basically is on top of the charts, and this Aussie could definitely win the pole. And you see there, Nathan Orman has broken into the top 10. Evan Hunter's also broken into the top 10. Derek Hamill up to 5th. Alex Hawkins up to 4th. With 30 seconds remaining on the clock, Nathan Stapleton is back out on the racetrack. And Nathan Stapleton, as far as NS Racing goes, got a very good start to the season when his cars, Tall and Travis Crampton, both finished 2nd and 3rd in the 500, and all 4 NS Racing cars were inside of the top 15. And Nathan Stapleton was definitely fired up about that, and I mean that in a very good way. He was He was excited. He was happy that all of his cars, including himself, were in the top 15. 10 seconds remaining, and pretty much this pole position is going to get solidified here because nobody's been able to touch Zachary Fitzwater's time, and that is the case. And Zachary Fitzwater wins the pole, and for the second race in a row, an NS Racing car will lead the field to the green flag tomorrow. Ryan Gondola will line up alongside. Then row 2 will have Henry Williams and Alex Hawkins. Then Derek Hamill and Daniel Voiles, William Brock, Derek Edison, Evan Hunter, and Nathan Orman will all lead the field to the green. Will all lead the rest of the field to the green flag in tomorrow's Subway 500. Well, that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this qualifying session. This was probably the most bizarre qualifying session of the year so far. But if you guys liked it, be sure to give it a like. If you have not considered subscribing yet, I recommend you do so in order to keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future, as well as some of your other favorite podcasts coming out throughout the rest of this week and on to the next. Thank you guys a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the running of the Subway 500 right here at Phoenix.